What's up guys, and welcome to my video. This video, as you have probably guessed, is all about the new Xbox, the Xbox One. And it's all about my thoughts and opinions on it and whether it's actually going to revolutionise the way people play games on their consoles, whether it's going to affect us over on PC, and whether I actually have any interest in purchasing it at all. Now firstly, this is the console, right here. And as I'm sure you have probably guessed by the fact that you are probably laughing if you haven't seen it before, it is absolutely ridiculous. That was the picture that they showed off, and this is a picture of what it actually looks like in its real light, so kind of a worst case scenario. Yeah, let's just say it's not one for people that want stuff that looks nice, and it's a massive blow to everyone that wanted an Xbox. Obviously Sony haven't shown off what they've got, so it could be even worse, but it's probably not going to be that bad, is it? How you can come up with... It's just box. It's a box. It's that big. It's absolutely... Oh, it's laughable. It's laughably bad. I certainly laughed at it. And when I woke up this morning, I was... I just... It blows my mind how they can come up with this. You think the amount of money that they've got in R&D, research and development, and they come up with that, and the Kinect as well, that, it might be great, but it's bigger than the old one, and the old one was massive. The old one didn't look terrible. This one's massive, and it looks just absolutely awful. Can you imagine having this in your house? Because if you're going to buy an Xbox, it's going to have to be in your house. They've said that the Kinect sensor has to be connected at all times, otherwise the Xbox won't function. It's all controlled via voice control and gestures. You can use the controller, but you've got to have it plugged in. Immediately they have said that it should, we haven't had a chance to test it, but it should work in more rooms this time, rather than before where you had to have a ridiculously sized lounge that a lot of people don't. You had to have pretty much, like a 4-bed semi or above, because the lounge space had to be massive, otherwise it wouldn't work. I did buy a Kinect sensor, I sold it a month later. It was bad, it just didn't work that well. There wasn't the software for it, and it was very, very slow. The only slightly good thing about it was the voice, but you couldn't use the voice during games because it would hear the game over you, and it was just bad. So hopefully it's going to be better this time round. But the point is, we don't want it this time round. We don't want it again, and they're giving it to us. So even if it's good, you've got people that will say, well, it was bad last time. It could be the best, it could be absolutely amazing, but people will say, well, it was bad last time, I'm not going to buy it again. So that's a major blow to anyone that was thinking about getting an Xbox. But it gets even better. They decided, rather than talk about games, to talk about TV, and there are loads and loads of funny videos where they've just done the highlights of the Xbox reveal, and it's just people saying TV, 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 Call of Duty, TV, and that's literally pretty much what it was. Going back to the PlayStation reveal, they showed off their controller, which their controller looked quite nice, and then they went on to talk about how there's loads of power in the machine and how it does games, and then they also talked about a couple other things. People said that it wasn't a bad conference at all. It showed us quite a lot. It didn't show us the console, but they're saving that for E3. I thought from a business point of view, it was a really, really good conference. Then the Xbox One, all they talked about was Kinect and TV. They brought up that they've got the new Forza, they've got a new game from Remedy, who make the Alan Wake series. They didn't show gameplay footage of either, they didn't show anyone playing them, which obviously is a massive mistake. And the only thing they did show of gameplay is the new Call of Duty, which has a new engine, but it didn't look any better than before. We're at the point now where Call of Duty was always saying, well, we run at 60 FPS, Battlefield 3, they basically admit it looks better, but that only runs at 30 FPS. But all games on the new consoles are both going to be running at 60 frames a second, so they just can't say that anymore. Obviously, we're going to have to see nearer the time, but preaching about Call of Duty is effectively not a great way to satisfy people that are going to buy the console, because the people that are going to buy the console are the people that know a lot about it and really want to have a choice, and they're going to know that Call of Duty is going to be the same on the PS3. The people that are going to buy a console just for Call of Duty or just for FIFA are going to be the people that maybe are the second time buyers. So the people that will go out and buy a console because their friends have got one. The people that are going to be leading the charge and be buying them when they first come out aren't really going to be the people that just play Call of Duty and nothing else. So I think that realistically the conference was diabolical. I don't think it was very good at all. And as the stock market has shown, Sony's stock has risen by 9%. Xbox did a bad job. They unveiled literally a new box, they unveiled a new Kinect, and they said that it's going to work with your TV because it's got an HDMI in, so you've got pass-through. But we're living in a generation as well that people are not watching TV so much. A lot of people are just recording what they want to watch, which isn't very much, watching stuff on demand through their computers and their laptops, and it doesn't seem that sensible. In best case scenario, when it comes to TV, what will happen is that you'll be able to watch all the TV you already watched through the pass-through, but all the stuff you want to watch, all the premium stuff, all your Sky Sports, all your whatever you have over in the US, I don't know what that is, Hulu, is it? I don't know. And you'll be able to get all of that, absolutely all of it, but that probably isn't going to happen, is it? Over here in the UK we have what's called Sky TV, which is run by BSkyB, British Sky Broadcasting. They pretty much have a monopoly. There are other service providers out there like Virgin Media, but all of the sports pretty much are owned by Sky Sports. We have ESPN, which own a couple of matches for the Premiership football. There is BT Sport coming this year, but pretty much it's all about Sky Sports and Sky Sports. So if the new Xbox in the UK gets Sky Sports, and you can say watch games when you want, pay per view or whatever it is, that could be quite good, but it's unlikely to happen, and the whole pass-through thing, I don't think it's going to work. Who wants to turn on their Xbox just to watch the TV? I don't particularly, and I'm the sort of person that would. Say you're living in a household family, you've got young kids, or you've got older people, or even, your mum. They are not going to want to turn the Xbox on just to watch some TV. I don't think it's going to work, but we don't have enough details, even though the whole press conference was about TV, and we'll have to see nearer the time. What they did talk about though was the new controller. And the new controller, in all fairness, doesn't look bad. What they've done is they've got the basic controller, not changed it that much. They've put this button up here, and they said they've refined the sticks, so they're more grippy, more responsive. Triggers have got some magnetic-y stuff in it. They said that the switches are mechanical rather than membrane, which could be very, very good. And the D-pad is much improved, because this was the worst thing about the old controller, which is good. And as long as I can use that with my PC and Steam, then we'll be rolling. But I'm not optimistic. What Xbox should have done is they should have obviously designed it better in the first place, but at the end of the day, it's not the biggest. Well, it is. It's a massive deal. I'm sorry, I keep saying this, but it looks terrible. But even if it was the best console in the world, the looks, obviously, you're looking at the TV, not the box, so let's just forget about how crap it looks for a second. What they should have done is come out with this amazing box. It's pretty powerful. It's about the same as the PS4, which is, developers are going to develop for both anyway, so as long as they're similar, you're not going to... if you look now, PS3 is arguably more powerful than the Xbox 360, but all of the games look better either on the Xbox 360 or they look the same pretty much. Obviously exclusives don't, because they're just porting it over, so both games all look fairly similar on each platform, so they come out, it's a powerful console and it will perform about the same as the PS4. We've got these exclusives that you love, but here are loads more exclusives, and that, to an extent they did do that, because they've said that there will be 15 exclusive games for it in the first year of release, but they haven't talked about them. Maybe they're saving it for E3, obviously they must be, but it's not a great way to start. And if PS4 come out, they show a couple more exclusive games, show a console that's pretty good looking, then I think Sony have pretty much got it in the bag, but of course only time will tell. As you can tell, I'm not amused. I am amused. That's the thing, I am amused because it looks pretty ridiculous, but I'm not happy, and I'm certainly not happy enough that I would buy one. I don't really want to buy one anyway. I will be getting a PS4, obviously to show you guys, but because I want to play Infamous. Bloody Infamous is amazing, and I like all the Sony exclusive games. But Xbox, they don't really have that many, so they need way more. We will see what happens along the road, but it's a bit of a joke, and I think the whole internet thinks it's a bit of a joke as well. Thank you for watching this video, and I will be with you at the weekend. I will be talking about advice for first time PC gamers, and talk about some of the mistakes I made, and some of the mistakes hopefully you won't make, and some of the decisions that you should be making before purchasing a PC. So even if you've got a PC, you may find it useful because there will be some things you may have missed out. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.